Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here. Welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here. I have a great diet plan that I discovered last week. I lost 10 pounds in like 3 days. It's called food poisoning. I'm sure that's what it was because I didn't have any other symptoms. But my goodness, did it knock me off my feet. But still made it to the gym on Saturday. We were going to go on an 8-hour hike in preparation of our 7x7x7 that I've talked to you about before. But it was raining so hard, we decided we'd do it on a treadmill. Don't try that. Oh my gosh. I hit the wall at about 5 hours, a little before 5 hours. And all I know is I'm grateful for my health, grateful for the opportunity I have to make myself healthier. I'm thinking about gratitude a lot. I had a wonderful dinner with Natalie. She just got married, and she's married to this wonderful man, Dixon, and I'm so grateful for both of them. And the dinner just brought out many feelings, heartfelt feelings. I want to share with you a story about this purse. I guess it's called a purse. It's a little golden, what would you call that? Golden whatever. And inside of it is something that's extremely important to our family and extremely meaningful to me. When Natalie was younger, she was going through a really tough time. We all go through tough times, and we'll continue to go through tough times. But she was going through a really tough time, and she was crying because she was getting ready to go through an experience that would make her better. And as she was crying, she felt shame. Now, shame is not a good thing. Guilt is a good thing if we don't let it stay, because if we let it stay, it ultimately does turn into shame. But she was in shame, that place where you feel bad about who you are. Guilt is where you feel bad about something that you've done or not done. Shame is where you feel bad about who you are. So as I was sitting there with her, I looked at her and I said, Natalie, if you go through this experience, are you going to be better or worse for having gone through this experience? She said, Dad, I will be better. And I said, by allowing me as your father to go through this experience, to share part of this experience with you, will I be better or worse? And she thought about it for a moment and she said, well, I hope you will be better. I said, if you're going to be better, I'm going to be better. Let's get on with it. Let's make it happen. Well, so in that moment, though, a thought came to me. Her nickname is Mariposa, means butterfly. And I said, Natalie, you've been called butterfly since you were 12 years old. You have experienced the loneliness of the cocoon. You've experienced the struggle of the caterpillar. It's about time that you learned how to fly and experience the flight of the butterfly. Let's get it on. Now, here's the contrast. I said goodbye to her with my chin up, smile on my face. Yes, you can do it. As I walked out, my own thoughts were saying, poor Lee, you really got it tough. Things are tough at home. Things are tough at work. You got a daughter going through this. There's some other issues going on. What's going on? I got to the beach the next day. That night, I was walking along the beach in that wonderful frame of mind. And as I was walking along, I stopped, staring at the sunset, not with pleasant thoughts of how beautiful it was, but how woe is me. And something rolled up onto my feet. I reached down and picked up a dark rock. And then I looked at it. Let me show you that rock, because that's what's in here. So in here, this golden purse contains a rock. It's just a rock. But if you look carefully at it, let me get this right. If you look carefully at it, can you see that? Let me turn it just a little bit this way. Does that look like, for me, that looks like a butterfly in flight. Now, my eyes were conditioned for that because of the experience I'd gone through, but maybe you can see that same butterfly as well. But when I saw that butterfly, in a second, in that moment right then, everything changed for me. And I moved out of ingratitude into a new frame of mind. And I was convinced that at that point I had been living in ingratitude, and I had the opportunity to move into gratitude. Went back, wrote a letter to my daughter, told her exactly what had happened, told her the story of the day before, and sent her this rock, which she has carried with her for quite some time. until we brought it back and said, we better put this away because of the impact that it's had. Word got out about it. It was used, stories from it was used in the movie The Secret and the book The Secret. Millions of people have heard this story. Not this particular story, but stories around this. And as a result of it, are carrying rocks in their pockets, or maybe they're carrying an emblem of some sort, a coin, a cross, something that reminds them of gratitude. Many of you are carrying a rock that's the official, what we call Powered Wealth Gratitude Rock. And you can see it has an emblem on it, and this emblem stands for 4 things. At the center of it is love. Surrounding it centers around learning. And you've heard me say before that in life there's learning, loving, giving, and sharing, right? And so this is all about love, learn, give, and earn. How do we love? How do we learn? How do we give? How do we earn? What can I do today to love, learn, give, and earn? And I rub my thumb across that every morning and think about the things that I can do. And every night before I go to bed, as I set it along my bedside, I go through the process of rubbing my thumb along it as well and writing in my journal, what can I do today to grow and to show gratitude for love, learning, giving, and earning. And every night, record what happened during that day. So, what I have learned from this is, there's a saying, it's a poem. It says, look for the good in the bad, the happy in the sad, the pain in the gain, and what makes you grateful, not hateful. I am so grateful for the experiences that I've had in my life. I'm grateful for the learning. I'm grateful to be at the center. Having been that person that 1 second before that rock lapped up on me, I was the perfect example of ingratitude. And as time has gone on, I've learned how to be a better example of gratitude. And I continue to learn from you and your stories. Would you be willing to continue to share with me your stories and to share with others and lead out how gratitude is making a difference in your life? Please do that. Be aware of it. Find the systems that work for you. Have a wonderful, meaningful week. Gratitude is at the source. It's at the heart of every great virtue. I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.